Low. Entering today, Climbers hitting .333 on the season. He'll get ahead 2-0. Two and one. Hit sharply to short. Saladino's throw in time. Good throw by Saladino to prevent Climber from running aboard. And now after Noah grounded out, here comes Drew Climber to the plate for Embry-Riddle. Earlier today, Climber had a couple of at-bats. He was 0 for 3, but did draw a walk. Swing and a miss, 0-1. That's going to miss, 1-1. In the dirt, 2-1. Lined into the gap. That'll get down for another base hit. King prevents a triple from happening, but Climber gets in with a standing double. A one-out base knock will bring up Embry-Riddle for his first try today. Embry-Riddle didn't get the start in Game 1 today. He did get the start on Friday. Strike one. That'll put Embry-Riddle behind the count. Good block by Garavito. It's 1-1. The command hasn't been perfect so far from Stipp, but Garavito's made sure nothing gets away from him. Tipped foul, 1-2. Speaking of perfect, I got to double check how many NCAA perfect brackets remain at this stage of the tournament. Always a fun time of year with D1 basketball going on. Earlier this week, D2 basketball had the start of their national tournaments. But Tampa didn't fare super well in March Madness. Both our men's and women's teams did qualify, but were first-round exits. Our men's basketball team was the 7th seed. They would have needed to make a big upset against the second-best team in the nation, Alabama-Huntsville. Of course, we also share the region and conference with Nova Southeastern, who has pretty much been Tampa's baseball team, but for basketball. Fly ball, Ashby tracking. He'll make the catch on the run, and there won't be a chance for the runner at second to advance. To get back to you about the perfect bracket question, there are 88 of them remaining. I think, actually. Yes, it is 88 remaining. And that number could go down to 18 if Arkansas completes an upset of St. John's. For now, though, 2-0 lead for the Spartans here. Santana with a runner at second. He'll foul this one for strike one. During the break of the first game, Tampa makes it 25 wins in a row for their softball team, completing a weekend sweep, winning 1-0 in Game 2 of the weekend series. Or Game 3 of the weekend series, Game 2 of the action on Saturday. 0-2 now for Stipp. One more strike gets him out of the inning. Good job protecting Santana, staying alive. Deep fly ball, but it's foul. Would have been dangerous if it was about 10 feet to the left. Could have even tied the game. Still on field. The duo that have been with us on Friday in the first game today have flipped their positions. Strike three. Got him looking. And finally, Stipp gets out of the inning. A lengthy at-bat with Santana ends in his second strikeout, and the side is retired. Bottom of the second. Due up. Leading off for the Spartans is Kevin Karstetter. Karstetter was active earlier today, went 2 for 4. One of the multi-hit players for the Spartans alongside Braden Woodburn. He'll be the next opponent for Hill on the mound. Rich on the mound. Rich continues for the second inning. We'll see if he's going to go a bit further after this, or if we'll kind of relay to the rest of the players in this Embry-Riddle bullpen. Nick Rich is listed as the 53, but also wears the 25 here and there as the count goes 0-1. He had 3 innings of shutout baseball against Florida Tech and 3 2/3 innings of 3-run ball against USC Belfort in his 2 starts as the count goes 1-1. He also had 2 appearances against Rollins, 1 against Northwood, and 1 against Ohio Dominican. Karstetter gets ahead 2-1. Hit to short. Spinning throw. Pulls it away from the first baseman. And Karstetter will get the chance to advance to second, I think. Because the first baseman, I think, got in the way, or the ball went out of play. An error sends Karstetter into scoring position. Would have been an incredible play from Coker, a highlight reel, if you will. But it just gets away from Cops, and Garavito has a runner in scoring position. Garavito has lacked some of the pop that he's known for. 258 average, 368 on base, 290 slugging percentage this year. Ball 1 taken down low. Only 2 RBIs. Very young characteristic. Garavito has been known for his big home runs throughout his UTampa tenure. This is a great chance to try to turn things around. There it is. Swing and a drive. There it goes. See ya. First homer of the year for Santiago Garavito. That's what he's been waiting for. That's what you Tampa's been waiting for from the number 14. 4-0, Spartans lead. Irigoyen entered the weekend with 5 RBIs, doubled his tally in one game. Garavito entered this weekend with 2 RBIs, doubled his tally in one swing. Now it's Maddox King with the bases empty, still no one out, and 2 more runs added to the Spartans' tally. Ball 1 taken down low. That's got to be a demoralizing home run for Rich. You get a grounder to start the inning. The throw puts a runner in scoring position. Follow that up with a 2-run shot. How can he recover, though, against the sophomore? Hit sharply to short. Second try for an out from Coker. That gets away again from the first baseman. Cops couldn't read the hop. King slides into second safely. Second error of the day for Coker. Although that time, you got to say, Cops just did not read the ball correctly. That was a little bit of an easier play. The first play was really tricky. Coker was picking it up backhanded, spun, and made a throw that was not surprisingly off target from that angle. Here, Coker's throw was on target, just took a bounce that was unreadable. Top of the order, Jordan Williams ready to go, and the speedy Maddox King in scoring position. Pulls up for a bunt and pulls away. Aracena was ready to crash into the infield. Williams' lone hit earlier today was off of a bunt. That was to start game 1 of the day today. And he's going to drop another bunt down. Hill gets to it. Williams safe by a mile. When you've got speed like Williams does, why not put the ball on the ground? King also makes it to third on the play. Still no outs for you, Tampa. And here comes the base stealing threat of Jordan Williams. There he goes. Fires back to third. They were worried about the double steal. And it'll be stolen base, number 42 for Jordan Williams. Don't think that goes down as a fielder's choice in that situation. Williams in scoring position. King 90 feet away. 10 away from tying the Tampa record. Make it 1-1. First pitch missed. Second one fouled away. Notably, as the season's progressed, Saladino has won himself the full-time shortstop role for the Spartans. Urso has just filled the role at the DH position. Caught in left field. Williams advances to third, and scoring is Maddox King. Sac fly for Saladino, 5-0 Spartans lead. Saladino would have preferred that to be a hit, but I don't think he'll complain. That is RBI number 10 on the year for Nico Saladino. Here comes J.D. Urso, a chance to extend the advantage. And looks like that'll be curtains for Rich. Got the first out of the inning, but the bullpen day begins. A right-hander coming in from the bullpen for Embry-Riddle. Runner in scoring position for J.D. Urso when we come back on Tampa Spartans. On the mound for the Eagles is Tyler Donne, the senior from Lakeland. Donne enters with a 6.63 ERA. He's been a frequent player for the Eagles with 10 appearances over 19 innings. Swing and a miss for J.D. Urso. Donne has been very unlucky in terms of converting with runners in scoring position. He's given up 16 runs, but he's only given up 20 hits. And he's also struck out 22 batters over that span of 19 innings. So he's a very efficient strikeout artist. Tipped foul, if that was fair, would have been out number 2. Urso down to the count. He's the first opponent for the new arm. Rich's performance is done. 5 runs for them earned over 1 1/3. He was going to be on an opening run of about 3 or 4 innings, but early game troubles sent him out early. Here's the 0-2 for Urso. Swing and a miss. Fooled by the breaking ball. 2 away. First strikeout for the Eagles pitching staff in this game. And it's actually their first of the day. They didn't strike out any U-Tampa players over the 9 1/3 pitched across their forearms. Harley did a great job on the mound, but couldn't strike out any Spartan batter in 8 innings. Donne immediately does it against his first opponent. Now it's Ashby with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs means you can't score on a sacrifice anymore. Fouled, and that one is almost over the netting. I think that was Skylar Gonzalez running out of the dugout to get that foul ball, as Donne gets set for the 1-1. Fouled again, and that time it is headed towards the train. Nope, back into the field of play. Looked like it was about to get over the net. Either way, that was also in pretty deep foul territory. 2 strikes, 1 ball, 2 away for Ashby. Ball 2. Missing down low. Two on the way. Driven into right. That's going to be caught on the run. Marinello saves a run from scoring and prevents an extra base hit. Donne gets 2 quick outs to start his day on the mound as Tampa scores. A brand new inning for Jake Stipp. And if he was feeling good with a 2-0 lead, he's got to be feeling great about a 5-0 lead. Tampa on top, 5-0. Thank you for watching this weekend's action on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Strike 1 going around was Campbell. Looking ahead, Tampa stays at home as they take on St. Leo on Tuesday before traveling to Lakeland for a rivalry showdown against the Florida Southern Mocs. It's 3 games of conference play this weekend before Tampa comes home on April Fool's Day to take on Valdosta State. Meanwhile, taking a look ahead for Embry-Riddle, they'll be taking on St. Leo this weekend, hosting them in Daytona. Their Friday night matchup is the Riddle Rally under the Friday night lights. Two and two. 3-2. Full count now for Campbell. And strike 3. Campbell thought it was ball 4, but he went a little too far around. That's another strikeout for Jake Stipp, his 3rd of the ball game. 1 away in the top half of the inning. Coker doubled back in the 1st inning. He's ready to go here. Ball 1, missing down low. Strike 1, hitting the low part of the zone. Popped up. Should be an easy play. King makes the catch, 2 away. Now it's Marinello with 2 outs, trying to get the Eagles' offense back on the base path. Strike 1. Ball 1. Stipp's had some long at-bats, but he's battled well, winning a majority of them. Tampa's bullpen's also in good shape. They only had to run through Stefuk, Fletcher, and Alfonso previously. Even though the 3 might be tired, Tampa could call upon them again later today. This is pitch number 46 now from Jake Stipp. And it's floated down the line. Dangerous if it's fair. Foul. That landed right at the corner of the wall. 1 more strike and Stipp will make it 3 scoreless. Ball 3. Good take by Marinello. The count goes full. A deep fly ball now, but it is caught at the warning track by King. Marinello got a lot under that one, but Stipp has a 1-2-3 inning to take Tampa was on upset alert a little earlier today. They entered the bottom of the ninth in Game 1 down 3-2, but they were able to make the comeback happen. And since then, you could say they have scored 7 unanswered runs. They lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the third. Woodburn, Russo, Karstetter ready to go. Woodburn went deep in the end of the previous game in the bottom of the ninth. Started out today with a hit. Donne resumes in the mound. Strike one? No, ball one. I thought that Flay was calling a strike, but he was pointing to Birch, who says that Woodburn kept the bat on his shoulder. There's a strike right down the middle, 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Woodburn down the line. That drops in for a base hit. And even though it was scooped up by Campbell, couldn't pick it up before it hit the ground. 1 on, no one out. Ooh, breaking ball missing far inside. Russo dodging. 1-0 as he gets ahead in the count. Fouled by Russo, 1-1. Foul back by Russo. 1-2. Down to 2 strikes. Still no outs, though. Pickoff throw. They almost got him, but he's back barely in time. The 1-2. Russo up the middle. That splits the infield. Woodburn's headed to third. Runners at the corners with no one out. Had the velocity and placement of a double play ball, but got past everyone. Donne in a little bit of trouble here. Karstetter with 2 on. Fouled back. A flyout for Karstetter wouldn't be a awful outcome. It would bring home another run for the Spartans. Good block in the dirt by Impazimato. 1-1. Down the line and foul, 1-2. That left the bat in a hurry and ricochets off the net. Pickoff throw, runner is safe. Don't think Russo would try a stolen base attempt here. Not impossible, though. Fouled away. Hit foul, still 1-2. That's up high, ball 2. Fly ball deep into foul territory from Karstetter. Kopp's chasing. Second baseman makes the catch. But a quick throw from the second baseman holds Woodburn to third. 1 away, 2 aboard. Unfortunate for Woodburn that wasn't a sac fly. Garavito, who homered last time, is now back at the plate. This is a great chance for him to try to extend the lead. Swing and a miss, 0-1. One and one, fastball missing up high to Garavito. Tried to frame it. I'm actually surprised Impazamato didn't get the call. So that was pretty close to the zone. 2-1, Garavito ahead. Down the line and out of the stadium, but also very far foul. Oh, never mind. Nope, it went back into the field of play. I think it went off one of the light poles. 2 strikes, 2 balls, and 1 away for Garavito. Swing and a miss. 2 away now. Garavito can't make lightning strike twice. Here comes Maddox King. Ball 1 missing down low. Maddox King will get ahead in the count. That's going to miss 2-0. King gets ahead. 3-0. Maddox King with a full count, or 3-0 count. Williams on deck. Could see the bases loaded. Ball 4. And King gets on 4 straight pitches. And Williams sees the bases loaded and 2 away. Dangerous opportunity for Tampa. By the way, we had one of our first major upsets of the NCAA bracket. St. John's is out to Arkansas. 2 legendary coaches facing off. But the Razorbacks stay on top. Also had an upset in D2 baseball. The number 2 team in the nation suffered defeat a little bit earlier today. And now it's Williams, bases loaded. Strike 1, good for Donne to immediately find the zone after the 4-pitch walk. One and one, just missed inside. Fouled. Does that leave the stadium? No, it doesn't. 1 and 2. Donne needs 1 strike to leave him loaded. Swing and a miss. He loses his bat. He loses the bases loaded opportunity. A nice strike 3 offering from Donne as he top of the 4th, Jake Stipp holding on to a 5-0 lead. Tampa low to the bases, had a chance to extend, but Donne had 2 big strikeouts to get out of the jam. Tampa would love to bring the offense back to the plate. Let's see if Stipp can go quickly here in the brand new inning. Inside, ball 1. Cops gets ahead 1-0, the left-hander facing off. And now Tampa making the switch in the infield again for Carstetter and Saladino as they have 3 players on the right-hand side. That one clipped him. Cops gets a free base. Fastball got away from Stipp that time, 1 aboard and no one out. Hit on the ground to 3rd. Not enough time for 2. Carstetter gets the out at 1. Aracena advances the runner. And now it'll be Clymer with a runner in scoring position for Embry-Riddle. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Count goes 1-1. Hit up the middle. Stipp makes the grab, and they've got a player in the rundown. Karstetter. They are going to get the runner out. Good hustle by Woodburn. A fielder's choice puts Clymer aboard. Went from Stipp to Karstetter to Woodburn. 2 away. That's going to be hit to Saladino. Throw on target, and that'll end the inning. A couple of quick grounders from Stipp, despite a hit by pitch. Keeps Embry-Riddle quiet. We're staying on the mound is the number 12. He has done a great job so far. Got to give a big shout out to Donne for getting out of that bases loaded jam in the previous inning. And the right-hander. Be good to continue. Aracena going to quickly get checked out by a trainer. Favoring his leg, I think, during the pre-inning warm-up. Hopefully he's all right. Embry-Riddle might need a defensive change.
Get that sub. I don't know what position.
The warm-up concludes. And now at the plate is Nico Saladino. First pitch to Saladino. Fouled back. Saladino's 1 for 1, had a sac fly and a double so far. Scored a run and has an RBI. Ball 1, missing high and away. That's going to get through for a base hit. Saladino's thinking too, but he's going to hold up as that throw gets to second. A single. Urso had a hit earlier, an RBI single, and now has Saladino on board with no one out. Ball one, missing away. Fouled away by Urso, 1-1. Fouled away by Urso, 1-2. Hit on the ground at third, could be two. They'll get one. Throw, not in time. Good hustle by Urso. One away as Saladino's out. Ashby at the plate. Two players warming up. Donne over 40 pitches. And I think he might be getting a curtain call. Yes, he will. Very good outing with 3 strikeouts. No runs surrendered, although he is responsible for Urso. And a lefty's going to enter the game to take on Ashby. There's also Russo down the line, who's also a lefty. We'll be back right after this. Yeah. See, I did have one where losing out. Embry-Riddle make a call to the bullpen. They bring on the 29 of John Shields. It's Shields' third appearance. He has struck out 4 in 1 2/3 innings. He's going to face against 2 lefties most likely. Ashby and Russo, part of the next 3 that are due up. With Ashby, Woodburn, and Russo in that order. So Ashby steps up to the plate. He'll take on the left-hander. So far, Ashby's 0 for 2 today, and now has to take on a lefty-lefty disadvantage. Strike one hits the inside corner. Ashby on the ground, a second. There's the first. And they can't turn two. Good hustle by Ashby. Another fielder's choice. 2 away. Strike one, and Woodburn will fall to 0-1 in the count. Oh and 2 right down the middle for Braden Woodburn. Ashby almost left early. Now he steals, but it doesn't matter. That's strike 3, and the inning comes to a close. Woodburn goes down looking, and Shields enters and quickly gets 2 outs to get out of the inning. 5-0 Tampa lead. Impossimato ready to go. Brand new inning underway. Stipp continuing his 5th inning on the mound. That's going to be up the middle, and nice grab by Jake Stipp to start with out number 1. Now it'll be Santana ready to go with 1 away. He'll take strike 1. Stipp's done a good job of having some quick innings back-to-back, keeping his pitch count from getting too high. He went around strike 2. 2 quick strikes from Jake Stipp. That's going to miss. 1 and 2. Hit to second. Woodburn's there. 2 away. Quick, weak grounders. And that's going to bring up Campbell. That's going to miss for ball 1. That's going to get away. 2-0 count. Line drive into the outfield. But Maddox King has time to get under it. And it's 3 quick outs for Jake Stipp. 5 scoreless innings for the Spartans. Russo, Karstetter, Garavito due up. So continuing now will be Shields. He'll open up against Russo as he continues his warm-up. This has quickly transitioned into an Embry-Riddle bullpen day. Rich was only going to go a couple innings, but was chased out of the inning in the second, or chased out of the game in the second, as 5 Spartan runs were scored in the early stages. Since then, Donne and Shields have kept the door closed. Can Tampa reopen it? That's going to miss for ball 1. Foul back, 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Wow. That went deep, but very far foul. I think that ball might have made it to Pepin Stadium as the count goes 2-2. Actually, I think it landed a little bit closer to... Actually, it might have landed by Pepin Stadium. I don't know. Either way, 2 strikes, 2 balls. And Russo is going to bring the count full, 3-2. Fouled away by Russo, sent that one to the left. Full count for the Spartans' first baseman. Ball 4, and Russo gets a leadoff walk. Karstetter with Russo aboard. Ball 1, missing down low from Shields. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to the fastball away. Hit through the hole. That's a base hit. First and second with no one out now. Karstetter was able to split the infield. Aracena and Cops from nowhere near that one. Now it's Santiago Garavito stepping up to the plate. Strike one, hitting the outside corner. Strike two, hitting down low. Fouled away. Still 0-2.
Oh, dude, come on.
Ball gets away. Both runners going to be going, and both runners going to be safe. A little surprised that Impasamado didn't more heavily chase that one. Both players now in scoring position. The 1-2. Good take outside as Impasamado stays on top of it. Infield playing somewhat shallow. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Garavito. He went yard earlier, but has two strikeouts alongside it. One away for Maddox King. With two right-handers, well actually one righty and one lefty due up, looks like we're going to see a bullpen change. Or we might not. I'm not 100% sure. No, that was just a conference on the mound. They'll keep their right-hander warming up a bit longer. King, Williams, Saladino, the three due up with one away. Ball one. And Maddox King's going to get ahead 1-0. He's 0 for 1 today, but did draw a walk in the third and scored after getting on board with an error in the second. That's going to miss outside, 2-0. And that'll be 3-0. There is a free base, but I don't know if you want to challenge Williams up next. Ball four. Maddox King gets on 4 straight offerings. Here comes Williams. Strike 1. I had to double blink a few times and then take a look at my roster sheet, because I've only now just noticed Shields is a two-handed pitcher. He couldn't find the zone against the right-hander, but now back to throwing left-handed against Williams. Williams finds a hole to score 2. Will Urso send a third around? No. 2 RBI double for Williams. Now Tampa's offense continues to jump ahead. And now it'll be Saladino at the plate. And that will be it for Shields. But yeah, indeed, he's a switch pitcher. Much like the top Mariners prospect who was very good at, I think it was Texas A&M a year or 2 ago. Shields was good up until Tampa brings home 2 runs to make it a 7-0 lead. And with 1 away, he'll make a call to the bullpen.
Professor Blake. Is Blake a better teacher than Morgan? No, not at all.
Ball gets away, and the first pitch for Bruno is not what he was hoping for. 8-0 Spartans lead. Before I could even introduce Bruno and mention that he enters today with a 6.05 ERA, the starter / long reliever for today has now missed the zone to make it 8-0 Tampa. Saladino has a runner at third with 1 away. Ball 2 missing up high. Embry-Riddle now on their 4th pitcher. Donnie had 2 scoreless innings. Shields had 2/3 of an inning, but the switch pitcher has now given up 3 runs in this frame to his name. And the final base runner he's responsible for is at third base. I will say, though, being a switch pitcher is definitely an extremely useful commodity. Although the only downside is when you face switch hitters like Williams, the batter gets the advantage. Otherwise, you'd just be switching back and forth until, someone has to get the advantage in at-bats like that, because otherwise you just keep switching back and forth trying to get the advantage. Inside, and that's a walk for Saladino. Bruno's had 12 strikeouts and 13 walks in 19 innings. And here comes Urso to the plate with 2 on. Urso goes all on that first pitch. If it's fair, it's gone, and that was foul. I could not see where that one landed. It bounced back into the field of play, but was foul long before it stayed. Up high, 1-1. Good take by Urso. Fouled away by Urso, 1-2. That's going to miss inside, 2-2. That's going to be 3-2 now. Full count for Urso. That's going to be hit to second. Out number 2, but Urso brings home a run in the process. Williams makes it home. 9-0 Spartans. Here comes Ashby with 2 away. Popped up and 0-1 now for Ashby. And while the run does score, Bruno did get the second out of the inning, so that was a productive play. At this stage of the game, Embry-Riddle have to get back into the game on offense. 8-0 and 9-0 is not that different of a scoreline, so you just rather get the out, even if a run comes home to do it. One more out gets Bruno out of the inning. That's going to miss. 1-1. Ashby fouls back. 2 strikes, 2 away. Fouled away. Ashby stays alive. Popped up and foul. Still 1-2. Saladino in scoring position. A 2-strike count with 2 away. That was close, and Bruno was already headed back to the dugout. But no, instead the count goes full. Or 2-2. Fouled back, still 2-2. Ashby staying alive. Strikeout. Bruno had to wait for an extra offering, but ends the inning with a K. 4 runs come home on 2 hits for the Spartans. Great discipline and some nice base running. They're able to extend their advantage entering the top of the 6th. Stipp ready to continue a 6th inning on the mound. They'll face off against Coker, Marinello, and Cops, the top of the order. Ball 1 taken down low. Two and 0, missing down low. Hit up the middle, but Saladino is there. 1 away. Another ground out from Stipp to get the first out of the top of the 6th. That is the 8th ground out for Stipp so far, compared to just 4 flyouts. He's done a great job of coaxing weaker contact from the Embry-Riddle batters. Now it's Marinello at the plate. Strike 1, hitting the low part of the plate. Missing 1-1. Strike 2, taken high and inside. Marinello quickly behind the count. Fouled away, still 1-2. Down in the dirt, 2-2. Marinello walked in the first, flew out in the third. That's going to bring the count full 3-2. Sent to the outfield. King is there, 2 away. Good job battling by Marinello, but can't get on board. And the Eagles still struggling to find base runners. Cops to try to get on board again. Walked earlier today. Or actually was hit by a pitch earlier today. And here come the Spartan shift. Sending all the players across the infield to the right side. There's strike 1. Cops went down looking and had a hit by a pitch so far. One and one count now. One and two to Cops.
1-2.
That's down to the dirt. 2-2 now.
2-2. 2-2. Tim?
That's outside for ball 3. Full count now for Cops. And there's Aracena on deck. Hit on the middle to end the inning. The throw just in time. Nice play by Woodburn. Another 1-2-3 inning for Jake Stipp. Excited as he reaches the dugout. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Woodburn, Russo, Karstetter due up as we come back here on TampaSpartans.tv. I'm Taylor Storthy, bottom of the 6th, ready to go for you, Tampa. 9 runs on 11 hits compared to Embry-Riddle with no runs on 2 hits. Headed out to the bullpen for the Spartans in is Ethan Brown. Could be seeing Stipp done after 6 innings. Almost hits Woodburn to start the inning. Command drifting away from Bruno, 1-0.
No, it's not a fraud.
That's going to miss up high, ball 2. That's going to be a strike, 2-1, located the outside part of the plate. Ball 3, missing low and away. Fouled back. Full count. And it's ball 4. Woodburn works a walk to start the inning. Russo, Karstetter due up. Lefty on lefty matchup here for Russo and Karstetter. Strike 1 hitting the outside corner. And Russo falls behind. Walked and singled so far. 1 and 2 with a walk. Inside, 1 and 1. Two and 1. Strike 2. Russo tried to go around, did not like that one. And now it's 2-2 from Bruno to Russo. Ball 3, missing high and a little bit inside. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Woodburn safe as that's out number 1. Heads up base stealing there from Woodburn. Karstetter now is a runner in scoring position. Ball gets away. Woodburn makes it to third. It's 1-0 to Karstetter. Bruno's command has been perfect, but he's done a good job making sure the Spartans aren't getting good balls to put in play. Fouled back, 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Two one on the way for Karstetter. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Fouled away, still 2-2. Ball 3, good block by Imposamato. Woodburn stays at third. It's hit to the mound. Play at the plate. Ball gets away. Bruno had a chance to get Woodburn out at home, had him in a pickle, but Bruno, seeing the scoreline, thought he might as well get the out at first, but he missed the toss to Cops, so Carstetter makes it to third, and Tampa takes a 10-0 lead. A little bit of chaos on the play. I think if it was picked up cleanly by Bruno, he wouldn't have made the error. And now out to the mound is Coach Thurnau, although I don't think he's making a call to the bullpen. Actually, he is. So Bennett ready to go on the mound. He's got a 4.60 ERA. This is his first non-start of the season. 31 innings pitched, 30 strikeouts. Now, given that Embry-Riddle doesn't have a game until next Friday, they can be a little more active with their bullpen usage. Tampa, meanwhile, has a game on Tuesday, so they can't necessarily pull in starters like the Eagles are here. Let's see what Bennett can do with one away in the bottom of the sixth. If the Embry-Riddle offense doesn't get active in the top of the seventh, this might be the only chance Bennett has on the mound today. Stipp could be close to getting 5-0 with a win today. Although for Rich, it'll be a defeat. His first of the season, and an unfortunate way to pick up your first decision of the season. Of course, still time for the Eagles to make a comeback, but it would take a miracle as ball one is taken outside. Oh and 1, or 1-0, or 1-1 fouled away. Will be 1-2 if this isn't caught, but it is. Cops makes the play, 2 away. Carstetter stays at third. Ooh, King gets hit as that misses inside. And that'll bring up Williams once more with 2 away. Williams hitting 2 for 4 today. His average should be increasing again after it went down at the end of game 1.
Pinch hitter.
But actually, Williams will take a breather. Jake Griffith enters the game as a pinch hitter. 2 away, 2 aboard. Griffith probably stays in the game in left field when we roll to the bottom or top of the 7th. Ball 1. Foul, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One more strike, and Bennett gets out of the jam. Ball 2, missing away. Griffith with a high fly ball, but it should land before the warning track. Clymer makes the catch. Top of the 7th. It's now or never for the Eagles offense. When
I gotta think of some April Fool's Day things to do.
yeah.
For that. Valdosta game. Oh, man.
Arcina ready to go. Welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Thank you for joining us for a doubleheader between the Spartans and Embry-Riddle Eagles. This has been a lot different than the Tampa walk-off earlier today, as it's a 10-0 Spartans lead. They scored 1 in the bottom of the 6th. And while Embry-Riddle did strand 2 aboard, Stipp now looking for another shutdown inning as the count goes 2-0. Heart of the order has kind of passed through. The Clymer brothers do up for Embry-Riddle. Foul. And actually, we got a pinch hitter due up. Dylan Bruno. Getting some warm-up swings. Bruno is a left-handed batter, so interesting to see him enter against the lefty as the count goes 3-1. Might inherit a base runner. Full count for Arcina. He had a double play and a ground out to third in his first 2 chances at the plate.
Why did Emily not do Somerset? Because I guess the pay wasn't as good. It was about the same.
Fouled. Still 2 strikes. Still 3 balls. Still a full count. Ball 4. A leadoff walk. Usually bad news. Jack Ike always mentions that the old classic thing coaches tell players that it leads to a run 66% of the time. Truth is, you don't get any extra chance of conceding a run with a leadoff walk compared to a leadoff hit or error or hit by pitch or drop third strike or any other fancy way. Bruno at the plate now for Embry-Riddle. Enters the game off the bench, the left-hander. Ready to go. This is his 9th appearance of the season at the plate. His 8th game. He's hitting .250 so far. He'll take strike one. One and one. Stipp's pitch count at 82 now. Should have enough energy to get through this inning. I imagine that if we continue, Tampa would go to the bullpen. 1 and 2 now. Swing and a miss. Stipp gets a strikeout, his 4th of the game. And now another pinch hitter enters. Adam Kuzmicki back in the game. Kuzmicki had a pinch hit appearance before as a pinch runner. He drew a walk in that appearance. 1 aboard, 1 away, and it's Kuzmicki ready to go.
Oh, it's not? No. 19 no, okay. Just testing you.
Ball 1, missing down low. The 2nd appearance today for Kuzmicki. He's come off the bench both times today. Swing and a miss, 1 and 1. Line drive up the middle. That's going to be picked up in center field by King. 2 on and 1 away. Defensive change for the Spartans. Sees Griffith out in left field. He replaced Williams at the plate, and he'll stay in the game. That's going to miss outside, 1 and 0. Stipp opening against Schmidt, who enters as a pinch hitter. Cooper Schmidt had a appearance off the bench earlier and is back in this game too. Hit to short. Tampa can get 1 here. They'll get the force at third. 2 away now. Runners at first and second. Richie Lakes, another pinch hitter, enters the game for Embry-Riddle. With a pretty notable deficit, Coach Thurnow able to shuffle around the lineup, give some underclassmen and reserves chances to go against the Spartans offense. Always good experience when you get to go up against a top team in the nation. Usually when Tampa's a big lead like this, they also like to bring in players off the bench for pinch hit appearances, like we saw with Jake Griffith.
Pinch hitter.
1 and 1, missing away from Schmidt. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes. Hit sharply to Woodburn. And he's got out number 3. And with Tampa leading by 10, we are done in 7. The Spartans are 9-0 in conference play. A 9-1 win, a 4-3 walk-off win, and a 10-0 win see the Spartans surge to 22-4. Congrats to Jake Stipp. He's thrown a complete game shutout, even though there might be an asterisk given that it was only 7 innings. Still an impressive 7 innings from Jake Stipp, giving up just 3 hits, 2 walks, striking out 4 in the process. He now improves to 5-0 on the season. The loss goes to Rich. Was opening as the opener, but left early as Tampa's offense had a massive start. Tampa will be back here on Tuesday, taking on St. Leo before heading on the road to face the Mocs in a rivalry series. That game honestly should be game of the week. The Mocs are having an incredible start to the season as a top 10 team in the nation, and of course, Tampa's been number 1 all year long. Meanwhile, Embry-Riddle will also be active against St. Leo. They'll be playing them Friday and a doubleheader on Saturday. They don't have anything midweek, though, so they've got a longer chance to rest. The Eagles fall to 16-9. They have now lost 3 straight. This is a great chance for the Eagles to get back on track this weekend. I'm Taylor Storthy. Thank you for tuning in on Tampa Spartans TV. We'll see you next time for more Tampa baseball. Final score, Tampa